Welcome to the Kellyanne Cares podcast, a one-of-a-kind show created to become your number one tool for your personal growth and business development. My name is Kelly, former pro makeup artist and luxury travel expert turned multi-passionate entrepreneur. My purpose is to get you organized to become the most productive version of yourself in both business and life. I'm here to show you that if you manifest, visualize, and put in the work, your dreams will indeed turn into a reality. Tune in to hear raw, unfiltered conversations from myself as well as my expert guests as we discuss our wins and losses, habits and routines, and what keeps us motivated, stimulated, and inspired. I promise to add value, raise awareness, help you take action, and incorporate more wellness into your day. Life is short. Invest in yourself. Make your own rules. Create your own happiness. And most importantly, enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Today's podcast experience starts now. Hello, and should I say Happy New Year? It's been a minute. Can I just tell you how much I miss talking to you? Like, so much. But as every podcaster will tell you, you need a creative break, and that is exactly what I've been taking. And I'm back, and I'm so excited because this is the 8th year of the podcast, which is absolutely insane. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even remember half of it, to be honest with you. Like, I can't even tell you how many episodes I've tuned into myself to remember times of my life, especially when I was misdiagnosed and going through the legal cases and just creative launches and products and books and all of that fun stuff. So first of all, thank you so much for being here. If you're from TikTok, hello. I've been spending so much more time on TikTok, which is why I took a break from the show, and I've been dealing with this PMDD, which I'll get into. And I just really needed to figure out what it is I want to do in 2025. And if you remember, or maybe you don't know, I started the TikTok Shop affiliate program back in the fall. Then I was getting frustrated because I had no views, and it's just I wasn't selling anything, and I was putting so much time, money, and energy and effort into everything, and it wasn't panning out. And I was like, are you serious? I see all these stay-at-home moms making 50, 60, 70,000 months and sometimes weeks. And I'm like, what? So long story short, I created this community called #Q4Push. So we are going to push through Q4. Well, that grew into thousands of women and some men. Now we have #NewYearNewPush. I mean, I was on a Zoom with these members, these incredible humans of my community. We've grown together, we've laughed together, we've cried together. We were on a Zoom for 4 hours on one Sunday. It was unreal. I was like, oh my God, we all needed this connection. But we all want to lift each other up and cheer each other on and just be there for one another. And I'm saying this to people that are strangers on the internet that become your friends. If you don't work in the online space, you'll never understand that, because I've tried to explain it to so many friends for so long, and they'll never get it. My closest friends I've met online, but never in real life. And we've been friends for a decade. It's crazy. But #NewYearNewPush is my community that is all about TikTok Shop affiliates. We help each other out. And I've grown it to my other channels, but primarily it's on TikTok. So I've been basically spending all of my time on TikTok. I've worked with almost 50 or 60 brands just since the fall. It's absolutely insane. Let's manifest the 3-piece sectional and outdoor living furniture I just ordered. That I get those as a sample. Okay, so that's where I've been spending all my time on TikTok, and I've been writing. I'm working on a new book, Secrets Out, and hopefully it will be out very soon. And I am going to do a book signing at the Barnes & Noble in Las Vegas, which I'm really excited about. I have a 4th coloring book coming out dedicated to children with special needs. And I've been spending more time over on Substack. So if you've joined my community there, you know what's going on. But if not, I have a brand new newsletter that's going to go out on Monday. So feel free to join us over there. And New Year, New Push is just what I've dedicated a lot of my time into, because this community I've grown so fast, but it's filled with the most genuine, positive, and uplifting humans. And if you are a TikTok Shop affiliate, or you want to become a TikTok Shop affiliate, it is daily posts that are dated, and then you just share what product you want to promote. And then everybody just goes to show you love and support, and then we engage with it, and then you'll get more views, which will hopefully turn into more sales, right? So that's basically what it is. And there's no like fee to join. It's just an online, like a free online community of positive and uplifting humans that want to see each other win. Point blank. That's literally it. Guests are coming back on the podcast, and that should start in a couple weeks. I'll be recording. I wanted to kick it off at the beginning of March, but life. And what other updates can I give you? So if you're interested in becoming a TikTok Shop affiliate, definitely message me and I'll help you out and give you all the tips, tricks, and strategies that I personally have used. Mine was going live with my live cooking show multiple times a week. And I think that's how I got accepted into the program at like only a little bit over 1,000. And now I'm almost at 5,000. And so that is also something I'm bringing back this week is my live cooking show. I haven't finalized a date. This weekend is all about ending February's like all my end of month paperwork, all my new month content strategies and creation and just figuring it all out. So that's what I'm doing today and tomorrow. And what else? So if you want to learn more about becoming a TikTok Shop affiliate, just connect with me on TikTok. But if you want to know what kind of products I personally promote, because a lot of people just promote viral products, trending products, I promote what I personally use. So it's all health and wellness. It's all skincare, especially Korean skincare. Of course, all my coffees, delicious treats, anything having to do with like food or their kitchen, like healthy products and things that are going to save you time, money, and energy in the kitchen. And then things like for your business and life that I think that you would really like that I personally use. My current obsessions are anything from the Betterall brand. I'm obsessed. And my Life Pro Hexaplate, my vibrating plate. My Array MB1 pills, which is like nature's Ozempic. I love those. But you'll see everything on my TikTok. So if we're not connected on TikTok, feel free to do that because you'll see everything. But I repurpose all of my content. So if you're seeing it on Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, that's actually coming from TikTok. So if you are somebody that creates content online and you are not repurposing your content, it's time for you to start doing that. I'll put a link in the show notes for you to grab 2 weeks for free. My neighbor just pulled up and I just realized that I did not shut the window when I started to record. So that's a rookie mistake. And you can probably hear his music, so it's super annoying. But anyway, here we are. So now that annoyed me, let's dive into PMDD. So if you're not familiar what PMDD is, I never knew until a couple months ago. It's short for premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Basically, it's PMS times 10. And it makes you feel like you want to unalive yourself. It makes you feel like you're schizophrenic, like you're bipolar, you're manic. It's not even anxiety. It's more like it's more depression, personally for me. And I experienced this, the worst I've ever had it, last month. And it was torture. If you go to TikTok and you search Nina Poole Pepcid AC or Nina Poole PMDD, that will give you a rabbit hole of content that you can go down that will take you weeks to get through and explain to you all of these women that have shared their stories. And I'm going to actually have a few of them on the show soon because I think it needs more awareness. Now, if you're not familiar with Nina Poole, she's actually a woman that is a genius when it comes to finding, she calls them duperoonies, dupes to skincare and makeup. And she knows like all the ingredients and what to find and what to look for. And then we'll find one that's exactly the same, but like at Walmart for $5 instead of like something that is like $50 to $100. So anyway, I went to her page looking for some skincare dupe for something, and I found this pinned video, and it was about Pepcid AC to help the symptoms of PMDD, and I clicked on it. I remember it was like in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. And this woman was saying that Nina Poole said to use Pepcid AC to help your symptoms of wanting to not unalive yourself and having depression and just all the there's so many symptoms of PMDD, and Pepcid AC fucking works. Can you believe it? I was like, what? And she's listing off everything that's happening to her, which is what PMDD is, like what she's experiencing. And I'm like, well, first, that sucks. Second of all, I'm like, oh my God, that's what I've been experiencing for the past couple of years, but not like to that extreme. I thought that once I finished chemo and got off all these prescription meds, that, my depression was really bad around the time I was going to get my period every month, just because of like how my body gets. Like I get vertigo now. I have like certain things that I never had. Like I never ever had anxiety or depression or PTSD. That all came from being misdiagnosed and going through that traumatic event of my life. And then legal cases on top. But I put two and two together and I was like, oh my God, that's fucking PMDD. I'm like, why is nobody talking about this? And of course, me being the patient advocate that I am, I wanted to share. But here's the thing. I could not be on the internet. Like, I can't even tell you. I was so depressed. I think I ran out of images I could post that I had in my drafts. Like, that's how long it lasted. Like, almost a month. It was really, really bad. Actually, I think it was a month and a half. And so that happened after, like, I had the flu, and then I was sick, and then, like, the whole house was sick, and then it was like, so now we're in March. So that's my story. But I'm definitely going to have some experts on and some women that suffer from PMDD, because I think it's really important to have conversations together to spread awareness about it, because it's, again, something that you're only going to hear about on TikTok. Thank God for TikTok, okay? So I just wanted to briefly touch on that because I really think it's important, and do your own research, of course. But I learned it from TikTok. I mean, go figure. So what other updates can I give you? I have a bunch of podcasting calls throughout the month of March. So if you are interested in learning more about podcasting and how you can bring it into your personal or professional life, let's connect, because I dropped the price of my calls for you. I'm only taking on one client every month for podcast development. So if that's also something else you're interested in, let me know. But right now, my focus is to finish this new book, to get my fourth coloring book out, to wrap up that first collection for Coloring Collins, and then the TikTok shop and working with more brands. So probably by the end of this month, I would have had worked with like 100 brands. And that's starting, was it September? October, November, December, January, February, March. So, oh my God, 6 months. So that's crazy. Yeah, so maybe over 100 brands. I don't know. But if you, again, have any interest in becoming a TikTok shop affiliate, just come to my TikTok, because that's where I share it all the information. But if you're not familiar with Coloring Collins, that is a coloring book collection I created when I had writer's block trying to write this book I've still been working on. So that launched a couple months ago, last spring, I want to say. No, was it spring? Oh my God, I forget. It was a couple months ago. And I want to have 4 coloring books for each collection. So this is the children's collection. So there's fruit and veggies for kids ages 2 to 4. There's the unicorn themed book that is for kids ages 4 to 8. And then kids ages 8 to 12 is the space themed, and that one's square, and it's a lot more intricate designed. They're all under $10. You can find them on Amazon Prime. I'll drop the link in the show notes. And everything I always talk about, all the links you can just always find in the show notes. I've been dealing with a lot of technical difficulties with my website, with my email. I haven't had my Outlook email working in like 5 days. My website wasn't up for like 2 weeks. Like, that's been like a nightmare. So I couldn't even upload shows. So that was another reason. Like, I was ready to record and then I couldn't. So it's super annoying. And then that affects the distribution of my show to 100 countries. So a day in the life of an entrepreneur. Let's just categorize it under that. So all this has been happening behind the scenes. So now you know where I've been. And hopefully this week turns around, literally, with everything. If you've been trying to email me and it's bouncing back, just message me online. I have a call Monday morning, 8:30, bright and early, for my website. I also realized I'm allergic to gluten. I don't know if I have celiac disease yet. The lab has taken over a week. And if I don't get the results by Monday, they said to follow up. So I've been trying to figure out like a new way of living and new recipes and new book and all of that. And then also with the PMDD, if you eat on a low histamine diet, certain foods, even like oils, fruits and veggies, they're categorized under a low histamine diet and high histamine diet. I've looked on Pinterest, I Google things, I live on TikTok searching for information. And really, like when I am eating like my healthiest, the only things I have to eliminate or eat like less of is tofu, rice, and beans. So everything else I normally eat, it's okay. It's on the low histamine, but on the high histamine diet or food list, I should say, not diet, or I guess you call it a diet if that's like all that you're eating off of. But I have shopping lists, and so I need to figure all that out tomorrow because I'm going to go grocery shopping this week, and I need to figure out like what I'm going to meal prep and what I'm going to eat because it's going to drive me nuts. Like, for example, last night, it's pizza night, it's Friday, and and the night before I made pasta, and I'm like, oh my God, all these like I can't fucking eat this. I'm like, I'll just have a tortilla, and then I don't want corn because that inflames you. So I'm like, okay, I'll just have like a corn tortilla and make like a healthy pizza. I'm like, I don't want that. I want the dough. So I have to create a gluten-free dough for myself with a Greek yogurt. So I have to look for a flour that is self-rising gluten-free, because then I also made banana chocolate chip bread earlier this week. So it's like, why am I torturing myself? I made this for my friends, and so I look about 6 to 8 months pregnant when I eat gluten now, and my mouth like I have mouth sores and like blisters, and it looks like they're bleeding, and it's just like, I know it's like TMI, but like out of nowhere this happens. And then I get a full allergy panel done, and I'm not allergic to anything except like dust mites, which is gross, but no food. And I was allergic to nuts, all nuts, for like 12 years of my life, and then mysteriously like no longer one day. It was the strangest thing. So here we are dealing with gluten. And how it happened, very long story short, was I made a bunch of frozen Chinese. And it wasn't Trader Joe's. I had gotten it at Walmart. And like hours later, my ears were like 200 degrees. It felt like I was burning fire. I was so hot, so red, so inflamed. And my whole mouth was swollen. My whole body was swollen. I'm like, what the hell? And I realized the common ingredient in all of that was wheat flour. So what was happening to my lips and to like my chest, like I was getting hives and red and a rash and everything, happens to me when I have my favorite Lagunitas IPA, and that is wheat. And I've given up my Lagunitas IPA, my 7.2 and my 9%er. I haven't had them in months, so I've been drinking wine, cava, and like Trulies, which I'm not like a fan of. Like I just need more heavy carbonation. I did have a high noon, a tequila like club soda lime situation, and that was good. That was so fresh. The top is weird how they package it, and I thought I was gonna break it open and not have my tequila lime, excuse me, I think that's club soda situation, but ended up opening it correctly, thank God. And what else? I think that's it. I just wanted to do like Happy New Year, Happy Spring. It's like 80 degrees already in Vegas. Just get you caught up on my life, because before I have guests on and I start doing more like full solo shows, I just wanted to give you a recap of my 2025 so far. I think that's everything. I have a bunch of notes in front of me. Please check the show notes for all the links. If you want deals on brands I work with, if you want to purchase any of the programs, products, or services I've created, definitely sign up for my Substack, because that's where you're going to find out about my book first. And I can't believe it, like I'm going to have another book. It's just so crazy. I've been signing copies of Everything is Messy and mailing them out recently to members of my community, and I'm so grateful for that. And I always do like a little care package. And I had one left on me with the original border. I'm not sure if you remember, but when I first started printing this book during the pandemic, everybody was writing a book, so everything was delayed. It was an absolute nightmare. And they kept messing up my border. They sent me like hundreds of copies, cases and cases of books. The border was like diagonal. Like somebody just took a paper cutter and like chopped my book like on an angle. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, it took months to get this fixed. And then finally I realized I'm going to have to take away the red border, because it's the only way to fix this mistake and not have it happen again, because nobody could figure out like how the hell to fix it. So I had to change my cover. So then the second book has the white cover. There's no red border. So I only had 2 limited editions left on me, and I just sold them last week and the week before. And I was like, oh my God, why am I trying to sell this book right now? This is my last one. I can't do that. So I nixed the sales. I kept that. So I have one of my very first printed red border and one of the very, very first paperback with just plain white cover. So my next one that comes out is definitely going to be different. It's a best-selling book now, but I haven't sold 1,000 copies. I've just been have received some awards that I'm so grateful for, but I wanted to do a post on TikTok, but sometimes it's hard to like talk to the camera about these things, about like failure. Like, I feel like such a failure when I think about like Giddy Cosmetics, my makeup line I launched and dumped like $60,000 to $80,000 in. And that was like pre-Kylie Cosmetics. That was 2008. Like, the amount of time, money, and energy I put into a cosmetics brand. I mean, I launched with like 32 SKUs. That's like just too much. And it was so excessive, and I just did too much too soon. And then I wasn't making money with it. And then I was traveling and doing parties with it. And, you know, I was a professional makeup artist, so it made sense. And then, I don't know, I had just had to close the doors on that. It made sense. And then, you know, with my book, Everything is Messy, I'm like, I haven't even sold 1,000 copies of my book. When I released my book, like, you think you're a self-published author, you're going to do all this marketing and you're going to go viral and all this stuff. I'm like, if I just get like one person to buy my book and it changes their life, which I know it will because it changed mine, I'll be happy. And now women are starting to buy it, like, for me directly. Like, they want signed copies, and I don't have any more on me, so I have to order them, which is also going to happen this week. But I know for a fact that this book will change your life, because it changed mine writing it, and it's changed mine every time I read it myself. When I just reread it again, and it's just crazy, like, how things pick back up when you least expect it. But I just wanted to do a post about like failure and how I just feel like shit sometimes when, you know, even when like with my coloring books, like, I had a really, really, really big deal that I walked away from, and that money was going to pay for coloring book ads for like a year. And I had to just make a tough decision and walk away from it. And it made sense for me personally, as well as my brand and business. And all of that money was going to pay for ads on Amazon, and I haven't paid for one ad. Because Coloring Collins is under Coloring Collins. It's not Kellyanne Gorman. That's my pen name. So my personal growth books and recipe books are under Kellyanne Gorman. So I am now posting Coloring Collins like on all my personal social media to sell these books, and that's how I'm selling them. And then sales are coming through on Amazon when people are searching as well, but there's millions of coloring books on Amazon. Like, it's hard, and like, unless you're searching, like, you'll come across mine. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much. Like, it's such an overcrowded industry, but you need to pay for ads to sell them, and I haven't paid for one. So the fact that I'm still selling them, like, I'm so excited and so grateful, but I really want that business to pick up, because passive income is where it's at. And I want little kids all around the country coloring in my coloring books. Like, I put so much into that, and it's just like such a passion project. My best friend's kids, they actually inspired each one of them. So that's why the fourth one is coming. She has 4 kids. And I made one for each of them. So it's just like such a passion project. Like, I want to wrap it up, and I want like the 4th one to be done, because the next launch for Coloring Collins will be adult coloring books for our mental health. Remember when we were all using these during the pandemic? Well, I'm bringing them back, because after my PMDD episodes, oh my God, we need more. We need more mental health situations, especially when it comes to like trying to get out of it and being creative. Anyway, I think that is my complete life update for you based off of my notes, and I'm staring at my wall, which is everything I need to do right now. And I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited to be here. And I will be back again in just a couple days, to be honest with you, with another brand new exciting show. And if you, yes, you, have an inspiring story to share and you would like to be a guest on the Kellyanne Cares podcast, please reach out to me on TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn, or slide into my DMs wherever we're connected online. I'd say send me an email, but that's not working right now. And my Gmails is too much. So DM me on your favorite platform where we're connected and send me your info and let's connect and figure it out if it makes sense for you to be on the show to share your story. I have over 300 guests to go through still, but I am starting this new year off fresh. I have new content I want to share. So if you are a resilient motherfucker and have an important story to share, whether it's personally or professionally, that is going to help people, you, my friend, are who I'm looking for. So slide into my DM, send me a message, and be sure to share this episode with a friend that you think needs to hear it. I have, like I said, all new content coming your way in just a couple days, but stay tuned because you're going to be the first ones to hear some major podcasting news. And if you want to connect with me on my newsletter, head over to Substack, and TikTok is where I spend most of my time. And I have new content over on YouTube as well. But check the show notes. Everything you need is there. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to find me. And I hope that you're having a great week. I hope your 2025 was off to a better start other than mine. And that's it. I'm so excited to be back. I'm going to record another show in just a couple days for you. And then you're going to have some guests. And then maybe you'll be a guest. And you're going to hear from some new brands. And there's just so much happening. I'm just really excited. So if you have PMDD, definitely check out Nina Poole and Pepsid-AC. That's all I have to say. That's how I want to end this show. Anyway, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And come back again in a few days. Make sure you sign up for my Substack because that's when you're going to get my info first and get the news that there's a new show live. And then on TikTok as well. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. Oh my God, it's 6:10. Every time I look at the clock, it's always my birthday, 6:10. That's a sign I'm signing off. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to the Kellyanne Cares podcast. I would love your thoughts on today's episode. Head to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app to rate and review. And don't forget to subscribe so you get notified as soon as a brand new show is live. For more information on myself, the podcast, my book, programs, and brand, visit KellyanneCares.com. While you're there, be sure to grab your free 10-step productivity and goal achieving guide, join the podcast community, and check out the brands I'm currently loving. Let's continue today's conversation. You can connect with me over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Kellyanne Gorman Official. All my other social handles will be available for you in the show notes. We're switching things up this season, and I'm so excited. Head to Spotify right now and check out the latest poll and Q&A. If you have a product, brand, story, or service you would like to share on the show, send me a message on KellyanneCares.com today. As always, thank you so much for listening, sharing, and reviewing. It truly means the world to me. Talk soon.